Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Minecraft Episode 3. You might notice things look a little bit different. I have got a new skin. Now, like me in real life, it looks a little awkward, it's a little strange, but me too. This is a proper representation of myself on the screen. Now, obviously, there are some things that I'll want to change eventually, that we will get there, but I just wanted to get something up. I just wanted to have a little bit better of a representation because I do not look like Steve. He is one handsome gentleman, and I do not want to disrespect him by pretending to be him. We are not out here to catfish anyone. Now, we have got big plans for today. We are going to be moving. And actually, first, there are a couple of things that I need to do. Someone left a comment on, I believe, episode 1's video that we needed to make the chicken pen a little bit bigger, but I have a surprise for you, and I'll be right back. The pen is empty! The chickens are dead. Now, no one tell PETA. It was intended, okay? It was fine. They lived a good life, but we have to move. We have to move on. And so, unfortunately, we can't bring those chickens with us. So we're going to be taking our stable down. We're going to be taking all of our resources, all this good stuff that we've got over here. We're going to be taking these reeds from over here, and we're going to be setting up a home base today. We're going to be establishing ourselves because we can't just have a chicken pen, a small chicken pen at that, and a bed over here. We have to have a real house. The goal of this video series eventually is I want to be building big cities. I want to build villages. I want it to look nice. We have to live in style. But what that means is that we can't bring everything with us. The chickens especially. Now we've got the eggs. We've got 16 eggs. So we're doing pretty good. We needed some food. You can never have too much food. Let's put all my armor back on. I don't want to be naked. So you can never have too much food, so that is certainly not a problem. But unfortunately, the chickens could not come with us. Now, we will be finding more wherever we end up. We will certainly be finding more. But for now, they did have to die. So I'm going to spend just a few moments getting all of this base cleaned up. And then we're going to go find somewhere to set up shop. And that's everything. We have cleaned everything up. We have everything in our inventory that we could ever possibly need. That's not true, but it'll get us through the next little bit. I left some things that we didn't need. We can get these blue flowers just about anywhere. Just these random blocks that we got from mining, the couple of stone materials that we had left. So we don't need to be taking those. But what I think we're going to do now, I see a pig. We'll go ahead and go kill the pig because we can never have too much food. And the pigs usually give good amounts of food. So what we're going to do now, I am going to be roaming around off of camera a little bit, just trying to find a good place to be. Now what we're kind of looking for here, and actually we'll go and kill these cows while we're talking about it. What I'm looking for and somewhere to really set down is I want to be in a plains biome, okay? That is where we are now though. So you might be asking, well, why leave if we're happy where we are? Well, I have a very simple answer to that. We want to try to find a village. We want to try to find a good village, a village with a blacksmith or something like that. And eventually, we would love to set up a community around the village. We want to protect the village as if it is our own. So what we're going to be doing is we want to eventually have our own little town. So what that means is that we are going to need villagers. We're going to need lots of villagers. We're going to need villagers with good trades. That is something that can sometimes be a little hard to come by, but what that means is that I want to set them up in their own buildings, in their own houses. And this series is not just going to be about surviving. This series is going to be about thriving. This series is going to be about building a community. Found more pigs. Look at this, so much food around here. This series, is going to be about building a life. We want to explore. We want to build a successful life for our character in Minecraft here. So that means that we can't just set up house anywhere. We want to set up a house somewhere where we will love to stay over time. Now, of course, we're going to be traveling because if we set up in a hot biome, we are not going to be able to find ice. We're not going to be able to find snow, polar bears, things like that that we might eventually need for projects. So we're going to be traveling back and forth a little bit, but where we'd like our home to be, where we'll always want to come back to, will be in a warm biome. Now, a little bit more about the biomes. I would love, personally, to find a desert. A desert will usually have a plain somewhere near it. Not always right next to it, but somewhere near it. It'll usually have a plains biome. What I love about the desert biomes, though, is that you can always find lots and lots of materials. There's always good caves. There are desert villages, which is nice. That's what we're really looking for. And there are always desert temples, which always have good stuff in them. Not always, but most of the time have good stuff in them. So that's really what we're working toward. I would love also to have the hot biomes near us, closest to us at least. The mesa always has good mine shafts. Voice crack, did you hear that? The mesa always has good mine shafts, so we'd love to be out near those just for easy exploration. I gotta eat before I die. Okay. But the mesa, the hot biomes, in short, just have a lot to offer. So we'd love to be out there in that direction. Oop, didn't mean to place that. We want to be out there in that direction. Now, some of you might be questioning this decision, and if you remember, I did say that I was very bad at this game. So do not expect this to be a pro gamer move. This is just what I feel like is going to be best for the series. We can always change our minds later on. But I'm just going to spend some time off camera now searching for the best place to live. I suppose it's also worth mentioning that we are near origin at the moment. We are near 0, 0. So what we're going to be doing first is we're going to be heading towards 1000, 1000 in the positive direction. So what that kind of means on a compass is we're going to be heading northeast. We're going to see what kind of biomes fall in that direction. And if we don't find anything good there, we're going to take a moment just to think about it, and we will either be heading to 2000, 2000, or we will be heading to -1000, -1000. So we have a couple of options. We have a couple of decisions to make today, and we are finding all kinds of good food, which will be good for when we set up shop. But I'm going to do some exploring, and I'll be right back with you when we find something good. We have already found something great. And it didn't even take a full day. It took almost a full day, but that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Let's see. We're going to go explore. And we've got lots of good animals to kind of start farming with. So we've got potatoes. This just looks like wheat, but it looks like potatoes right there. Let's see. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. That's okay. That's okay. We're going to put it back in the ground. Get back in there. You get okay. A seedy place. That's okay. We just wanted the achievement. We knew exactly what we were doing the whole time. So we're just going to kind of come through. We're just going to quickly run to a bed. Well, no, tell you what. Let's go explore a little bit first. Okay, so we got some bread. We got some potatoes. So that's good. We'll kind of keep note of where that is first. And then maybe we'll come back. So let's come up through here. See what, oh. Baby villagers are just so funny to look at. They are just so strange. They're just tiny. I don't frankly understand them. This is what we really came for. Is the blacksmith right here. Let's see what he, diamonds. Diamonds. Immediately we find some diamonds. Let's go ahead and throw down our bed. Let's sleep. Let's make sure that the village stays safe. We've got an iron golem, so that's good. I think they spawn with just about every village in the current generation of Minecraft. We also got a new iron chest plate, some gold ingots, some apples, a new iron pickaxe. This is quite possibly one of the best scenarios. Got no coal in there, but that is okay. So this is turning out to be pretty good. This is turning out to be pretty nice. We've got a book in there. That's good. We'll definitely want the book to start with some enchantments pretty soon, especially now that we've already got a couple diamonds. I think we came this way already. I think we, oh, there's some lava down there, so we'll need to be a little extra careful. Let's see. You guys don't have any jobs. Let's see, here's the baby villager. Okay, so we need to climb up here. We'll just go around. I don't want to ugly up their pretty landscape here with cobblestone. So we'll come around here. Okay, we've got a lectern. We've got bookcases. So we've got a librarian around here somewhere. So we just have to find him. So we can certainly find him there. We've got a wolf, but we're okay. We're friends still. All right. let's drop down onto here. Drop down kitty right there. Very nice. Let's go ahead and eat so we can heal up from the fall damage. And I might be going into these houses a second time because I honestly don't even remember. Oh, that's baby's house. Okay. We've already been in this one. This is the one that had the bread. Yeah, okay. So we'll go ahead and close this. I don't remember even which way I came in here. You don't have a job. Let's come upstairs. No, nothing up there. We'll close this again. I believe we came from that direction, which means that we should just need to check these few houses along here. You know, this is a pretty big village. I'm kind of pleasantly surprised by this. Okay, so we've got a tower, which means we've got a brewing stand. That's good news. Let's come into here. Nothing in here. Brewing stand. I know sometimes there will be... No, nothing up here. Okay. We've got a brewing stand, though, and that's going to be big for later. I've already been in here. That's going to be big for later in the game when we can finally... Okay, so we've got some iron in here. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We'll have to go in there and check that out after a while. So this is just a barn. Oh, yeah, totally open on this side. All right, all right. I'm still getting used to all the new shapes and sizes of the Minecraft village houses. They are always beautiful, and I like the way they look. But this is pretty good. I think we can definitely start here. I might do a little bit more exploring just to see what we can find elsewhere, but honestly, I think this is probably a solid choice. We've got mountains near us, so that was something that I think I mentioned that I wanted to try to stay close to, is I wanted to try to stay close to some mountains, which we've got off back in that direction, because I am only... Let's see, I am only... Yeah, so like 500 blocks east, give or take, if my math is correct. My math is probably relatively correct. Okay, I have faith in myself. So we're not too far away. Certainly if we find a saddle, we could get back to home, or back to spawn rather, fairly quickly. So I'm not too worried about that. We've certainly not got any desert super close nearby. I don't see anything promising in that direction. So not exactly what we wanted, but I think we're pretty well off. We can certainly... I didn't see any villagers with jobs, though, which means no villagers with trades. But I know they reset during the night. Kind of parkour around on these buildings real quick. A little bit of fall damage, that's okay. First enchant we get is going to have to be feather falling so that I do not kill myself early on. We've got lots of... Oh. That is some tall reeds. We've got lots of food. We have lots of food. We had a lot of luck on the way over here. 12 raw muttons, 43 raw pork chops, 43 raw beef. So we are... Or is it beefs? But we are fairly well set, I think. We can certainly get started. Just kind of trying to take a quick peek at what is in this direction. It just looks like more plains, so I don't think that we need to be in a big hurry to get over here or anything. But I just wanted to take a quick look. We can always explore. We can always explore, and what I would love is to find a donkey first as soon as we get a saddle and we get... we can make a chest for him, and I usually prefer traveling with a donkey. Obviously, a lead is always the best idea. They are so intimately staring at each other. I think that's great. I think that's wonderful. So maybe that's why there's so many baby villagers around. I think we checked all these. So I think this is where we call home. I think this is home for a little while. So I think we might... I don't know, is it wrong to steal one of their houses? I think we should build our own. I think we should build our own. Question is, do we do it up on the hill? Do we do it down by the water? I might have to think on that one. I might have to think about where we want to place it. I think right up here is a good spot because then we can kind of claim this area for our own. We are still near the village, but, you know, we kind of have our own space. I don't want any villagers coming and sitting on my stuff. But I think we'll just have to kind of think about the placement a little bit, and then we will just toss a couple chests down and start from there. All right, so as you can see, we've kind of got everything laid out over here. We built a little bit bigger of a chest because we've got more stuff to hide now. We've got our bed kind of tucked into a corner over here. I made an extra furnace just so we could burn a little bit faster. Crafting table there, and you'll kind of notice that I built on one level lower. It's just because all this back here is, for the most part, on the same level, so this is just kind of the anomaly. We're going to be getting a shovel. We might make a shovel. We'll see if it's worth it. But we are going to just kind of be spending some time leveling part of this out. I am not exactly sure how big our house will be just yet. We don't need anything too fancy, but we don't want to just live in a little shack. We want to, like I said, we want to live in style. We want to have something nice. You know, I want something nice to come home to after a hard day in the mines. But I think this is pretty good. I think that this is plenty for what we need now. Before I get ahead of myself, before I start building and things like that, we're going to take one quick lap back through the village off camera. We're going to grab all the resources, not all the resources. We're going to let them keep their bread and things like that. But we're going to, no, just kidding. We're going to grab all the resources that we found. We may as well take all of the bread, the potatoes, things like that. We can always use that later on, especially when it comes to breeding the villagers, things like that. So we're just going to take one quick lap through. We're going to find everything we can grab, and we will go over it in our inventory as soon as that's done. All right, we are back. We have finished our lap around the village, and let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got. So we came away with a fairly good haul, I will have to say. So I went ahead and just broke the chest just so we could keep track of how many chests were there total. We did get one book. It's not quite enough to build any bookshelves or anything like that, but it's a good start. We also have 7 bread, 7 potatoes, 8 apples, and for the more exciting things, an iron chestplate, iron leggings, that'll save us a whole lot of ingots, another iron pickaxe, which is great because ours is about halfway through, 2 diamond, that is just incredible. We could build a sword, we're like 2/3 of the way to a pickaxe. I think that's great. And then we've got 3 iron ingots. So we could definitely break the iron ingots. You know, when it comes time, I think we'll just keep them as iron ingots for right now. But when it comes time, we could always break those, make some god apples, some notch apples, whatever you want to call them. We can make some golden apples. I think that's a great idea. But what we're going to do for now is just go ahead and toss it all into our chest. What we need to do is build our home. We need to just build a little bit of a home, and so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and clear all this land out. I'm just going to level it one level down, just so it's all on the same level, give or take, and then we're just going to kind of build a frame. So I'll be right back with you. We need to figure out what materials we want to use, and if it were up to me, we'd be starting a whole new material list, but I think that we'll probably just stick with the same materials that they used over here. Fortunately, we have quite a bit of cobblestone in here. The oak logs will be easy to come by considering we've got oak trees there, oak trees over there, off in that direction. So plenty of oak trees to come around. We can always plant more, and we've got 12 bones, so plenty of bone meal as well. Which, speaking of, that reminds me, while I was going through here, I did not see very many good trades. However, I thought that he was somewhere around there. That is a little dizzying. I did see a cleric. So we do have a trade. I believe it's 32. I'm trying to remember. I believe it's 32. Yeah, I don't know where he went. Whatever. 32 of the rotten meat for 1 emerald. So it's not a great trade. Not a great trade. We're going to give it one more day. I know that you can break the whatever resources around to reset their trades, so we might have to do that, but we'll go ahead and focus on the house first. We don't really have that many resources yet to begin with, so I'm not too concerned with throwing anything together for trades quite yet, but let's go ahead, we'll level this out, we'll get a frame down, and I will be back with what we decide. Alright, so we're back, and we have the outline of a house. We have the beginnings of a house, and I'm still waiting. It appears that all of the leftover leaves, I cleared out most of the leaves from the trees that I grew, but I was just waiting for the last little bit to fall because I was too lazy to climb up and get them. So not super sure if we're totally happy with the way this looks. We can always change it a little bit as we go. So obviously this will be the front door where the stairs are leading there. I'll probably expand the stairs just a little bit, maybe add in some detailing. but we're going to do cobblestone for the front wall, side wall. Otherwise, actually, we might trade this out right here for some cobblestone, because basically the look that we are going for is kind of similar to this house right here, which is all oak logs and oak planks, and then once you get into it, you know, there's a little bit of cobble detailing in the front. Voice crack, another voice crack, my goodness. So this is kind of what we're going for. We don't need anything super fancy yet. We can always change it. I think we'll probably do a different color wood for the floor. Maybe a darker wood, like a spruce, or a dark oak would probably look great, and it looks like there's a ton of it right over there. A little bit further maybe, and it looks like oak and birch, but we can certainly find some. That looks like some maybe right there, or maybe I'm totally blind and can't see that that is also regular oak, but that is okay. We may have we have a single dark oak sapling, so we could always cut that down. Let's go ahead and do that right now while we're just waiting. So we've got a little bit of toss this step. Nope. We want it to come into our inventory. But I think we're pretty happy with this for right now. We're certainly, you know, it's a fairly large, come on. I've used all of my bone meal on this dark oak sapling. I wonder, can these not be placed by themselves? That maybe. We'll leave it right there just for a little bit, because I feel like we had that planted elsewhere and it didn't grow, but that's okay. I think we're pretty happy with this. Obviously not where we'll keep these things, but I think we're probably going to do maybe like a bedroom back here, you know, just a little kind of cubby or a chest or something maybe. Not sure that we'll do a second level. We'll certainly do a basement, maybe with the stairs spiraling down over here in this corner. That seems like it could be a good idea, but I think we're pretty happy with this overall for the moment. If you guys have any suggestions or anything that maybe I should take a look at, I don't want to steal anybody else's build. I want everything that we do here to be our own creation, but I would be totally open to kind of opening it up to the community and letting some other people have some opinions on the house. So next thing I think we're going to do is we're just going to kind of build it up. It doesn't need to be a full-fledged house, but just so we have some semblance of a house, you know, just so we can come here and sleep and things like that. So I'll be right back after we finish constructing the walls. Well, I think I'm pretty happy with this for now. I think that it looks pretty good. I think that it'll certainly work for the time being. So you can see we've kind of got those same stairs going up, and then we've got walls surrounding us. This, now that I have it up, is feeling a little tight. I might push it out, maybe push that wall back one block, or maybe push this wall forward one block, but one way or the other, I think I want probably this wall forward one block. I think that would work just fine. We might have to toss some additional dirt down, but I think this is feeling a little tight. I think opening it up just a little bit would make it feel nice and open, but I think this works. We've got a couple little carve outs for some windows because we don't want to live like a vampire in the dark. And otherwise, I think this looks pretty good. We had almost just enough cobble left. We only had 6 left, so I think we did well with our accidental planning there. But otherwise, I think I'm pretty happy with this design for the moment. What I think I'll do next is go ahead and start carving out the basement. And I think that that way, so we can just kind of have the framework, and I think we'll probably run the basement just up to here. Maybe we'll just do like, so this is the walkable area of the basement. But I will be right back with you as soon as we have an empty basement. All right, so obviously this is still a very rough draft, but I think we've got a good start. We don't have any floor yet, but that's all right. We've kind of started opening up the basement, and I've kind of got, I'm a big fan of the more simple sort of 3x3 staircase design, where it's just kind of looks like an S. So you can do that in a 3x3 and then just put like one block up. It's kind of a nice way to minimize the amount of space that it's taking up, and then just come straight down with this. We'll probably do some kind of something back here, maybe a chest or something like that. But otherwise, we've got it fairly opened up. I had to leave myself these staircase blocks, but we will get rid of those and fill that back in for the time being. But obviously, you'll see back here, we filled this wall in with cobblestone. We started to fill this wall in with cobblestone, but we are out of cobblestone. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break from building, and we're going to go ahead and go delve in another mine. Now this is probably not going to be as exciting, so some of it may be recorded, some of it may be not recorded. We'll just have to see what we find, but otherwise, I will be right back with you all. So when it comes to getting cobblestone, obviously there's not really anything very fancy or fun about it necessarily. It's very, very straightforward as far as you just mine stone. There's really not anything to it. But I figured since we have to go get the cobblestone, we may as well make it a mining trip. We may as well find whatever we can find. So like right down here we've got some iron, but along with just trying to mine whatever we see, I figured that we could certainly, let's get right up there. I don't want to use too much of my cobble, but when it comes to the iron, I just can't pass it up. But what we're going to do is use this as an opportunity to start clearing the mines that are below our village, because what I would eventually like to do, okay, so we've kind of got a big open room here. That's kind of nice. We'll toss down a couple torches. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to clear these mines out, make sure that they don't have anything worthwhile in them anymore. Now if there's like a spawner or something in here, we may try to grab another access point at some point. But for now, what I'd really like to do is close these mines off. So once we know that we've cleared everything useful out of them, we don't need to put any more torches down since that's the end of it. But once we know that we've cleared everything useful out of them, there's really not another reason to come back. So once we clear them out, we can seal them in with dirt, just kind of create a nice level field for all of our villagers. We don't want them falling into the caves or the mines or anything like that, only because if they fall in, there very well could be hostile mobs down there, and we do not want our villagers to die. We want our villagers to survive along with us so that we can trade with them, and for just humanitarian reasons. We don't want anybody to die. So what have we got down there? There's a creeper down there. There's not really anything over here, so I think we might just skip that for now. That's not really necessarily the reason we came, was to explore the caves. But we'll get these last little couple pieces of iron here. Yeah, we'll just leave that for another day. So without further ado, there's not really too much to this. I'm just going to be kind of mining whatever iron and cobblestone I happen to come across, but if I find anything interesting, I will for sure flip that camera back on. We will be right back with you as soon as we're finished exploring. So I didn't necessarily have any intentions of coming down deep enough to find diamonds, but while we're down here, we have had so many advancements made in the last 20 minutes, and I by no means meant to accelerate this project or anything like that, but there were just so many things that I couldn't pass up. I was getting a lot of iron and thought, well, why not go ahead and make a bucket? So we've got a water bucket now because there's lava around, and I had no intentions of doing a mining trip today, and especially not getting all of these great things, but I just couldn't help myself. The cave was too good. We have got another diamond that we found, plenty of gold ore, some lapis lazuli, some redstone dust, a bucket of lava. We made our diamond pickaxe so that we could get 5 obsidian. We are making such incredible progress, and to top it all off, we have found a spawner. So we're going to pop this open. It was just a zombie spawner, but I killed all the zombies except for this one. I left this one just for you. Stay back. You stay back. You stay back. Die. You die. He's dead. Let's see what we found. So we got some rotten flesh. We'll take the horse armor. We'll take the melon seeds and the gunpowder. We don't really need them necessarily, but you can never have too much of a supply. We found our saddle, ladies and gentlemen. We found the saddle. I could not be more excited. Let's go take another look at what is around the corner up here. We've got some redstone up here. Not quite sure why it's activated because I just came over here, so we're just going to be very careful. I want to make sure. It may have been that baby zombie, but I just want to make sure. So I'm going to end this trip off here pretty soon because I don't want to end up with too much good stuff. but I just could not help myself. So I will see you as soon as I'm done. All right, so we're back. We just finished our big trip down into the mine, and I changed these up. I have a smoker, what do you call this? A blast furnace and a regular furnace, just so I can do certain things just a little bit quicker. That'll just be temporary right there. Obviously, the chest and the bed will be temporary as well. We don't have any dark oak, so for now we just have a dirt floor. Very ugly, but that will be changing very soon. We still need to push this wall back as well, but that's okay. That's also something that's easy to change. I filled in this staircase back here. I think that looks a little nicer. I'm still kind of debating on that one because I'm also considering pushing this back, changing this up just a little bit. I'm just considering changing it a little bit. So that is not necessarily permanent, but look at this, man. We've got a pretty good layout here. I like the space that we have. Certainly large enough, I would think. I think I'll probably end up doing like storage along these three walls, and then maybe like utility stuff back here, maybe like a random chest or an armor stand or two down there. So pretty good space back here. I think we'll probably do dark oak wood or spruce wood or something for the floor back here as well. And then let's take a look at the goodies that we got from the cave, because it was just fantastic. I had no intentions of doing all that kind of stuff quite that early, but I just couldn't help myself when it came time to actually do it. When I was actually down in the cave, like when you see diamonds on the floor, you can't just leave diamonds on the floor. So I went ahead and grabbed those diamonds. Now I did make an extra diamond pickaxe. This is a mess right now. But I did go ahead and grab an extra diamond pickaxe. We did find 2 spawner areas, so we've got quite a bit of stuff from those. Gold ore, I've got some more iron ore in the blast furnace right now. Potion of healing, because we found a witch. Glowstone dust was dropped by the witch as well. So we just have an absolute ton of stuff. I did also grab the obsidian. I had no intentions of getting a crafting table quite this, or not a crafting table, but an enchanting table quite this soon. But I mean, if we've got all the stuff for it, I don't see any reason not to get ourselves an enchanting table. And I accidentally got one extra piece of obsidian. That's okay though. What I was actually considering for this area back here is doing a little enchanting room. So I'm considering pushing this wall back this way 1 and this wall back 2, so that would give us a 5x5 square that would be perfect for a little library. So thinking we might do that in the next episode. I think this might be about the end of our episode here. I think that we've made some great progress, and the sun is almost down, so it's perfect timing. Let's come out, take one last look at our house and the sunset. It's still pretty ugly, admittedly, but that is okay. We're going to be fixing it. I think it looks pretty good. All things considered, I think it looks pretty good. Let's hold these diamonds in our hands, and let's F5 it out. Take a look at ourselves. I think we look great. I'm really, really happy with how today turned out. Had no anticipation of getting any of the things that we got today, but I think it was a very, very productive day. Thank you for coming out and watching episode 3. I hope you enjoyed. This one was a little bit different than any other ones, but I'm kind of trying to take a look at what format would be best for my new episodes that are coming out. But thank you for coming out once again. Please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Comment if you have any suggestions about what you'd like to see in upcoming episodes. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. Without further ado, have a great day, and I will see you in the next episode.